I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed by the film. Too many questions for the amount of time, but when you start to recreate Rome, what of all the things that are daunting, what's the most daunting?
It's not really. I mean, you get used to, everything you address. Every project has a new set of problems, and I knew it would be a large scale process, but you get so practiced at knowing how to put all the pieces in place and with the right people. It's all to do with getting the right people to do things for you and having a relationship with those people. It is, particularly on a film like this, it's a real team thing.
Did you play with the looks of the actors a lot in this film?
Did I?
Did you play with the looks of the actors
You mean
a lot?
physically?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I tend to cast, somebody walks in the room in a casting session, I have no idea who they are. I'm usually interested either immediately or less interested by the first appearance. Then, of course, it's down to how they do it. And then you can always be totally surprised and have a 180-degree turnaround. That's what's fun about casting.
Russell Crowe's a bit of a chameleon in the sense that he's not a one-note actor. And you notice that in The Insider, especially in this film, and LA Confidential, but boy, he pulls this off. This is not only powerful stuff, but introspective stuff.
Well, we wanted, I didn't want to go into a film where we just made a film about rock and roll with armor and swords. And that was one of the hardest things to finally get nailed to the wall in terms of and I'm saying DreamWorks, Walter Parks and Doug Wick, myself. It was actually a very good relationship, one of the better relationships I've had in terms of development of script. It was really good. Very civilized, as opposed to, it can be the reverse. It was great.
It can be hell on earth?
Oh, absolutely. It was great. It was great fun. It was, because we were under the gun, we decided to make it. We were going to go for this, and the script was there, but it still had a way to go.
When a film is called Gladiator, and it's about that time period, and it attempts to be accurate about it, and authentic at least about it, even though it's fiction somewhat, I want a film to deliver. I want a film to, if it's going to be about gladiators, to have really great gladiator stuff in it.
Sure.
Where does this film deliver for you?
Well, I'm pleased it delivers on, in fact, I'll give you a little anecdote. I was watching the film yesterday. I was in London checking a release print, and normally I could high-speed that through, and just go yes, no, yeah, no, with no sound. I thought, I'll check the sound because it's a married print. And so I ran it, and I nearly missed my flight because I got totally hooked. Now that's a really good sign, and because I've now seen it so many times, I was thinking how well the character and story stuff stood up, as well as the action, and I think that's what I'm happiest about.
Lastly, there's choices that you make in making films, and one of the storyline choices, I remember in Spartacus they pulled out that whole homoerotic kind of undertone thing, and then they put the bathing scene back
and now
there.
we got brother and sister.
And now you have brother and sister. Was that a choice you made to put that in?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wanted you mean the possible relationship?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it was partially historically accurate as far as one could tell, because they were all into all kinds of things in those days. And I believe that partly to do also more conventionally, Marcus Aurelius' wife was on her own so often that it was even questioned as to whether or not actually Commodus was actually the son of Marcus Aurelius. So I figured this is fair game, so I think this would make it more interesting, this tension between the brother and sister, and make it one of, did it once happen or didn't it?
Very nice. Good to see you.